my stamping friends, this is Oksana from funstamper.com, and today I'm live and featuring Flight Airy online class. It's free to join. I will share a PDF with measurements, and hopefully you'll get inspired and would like to create some of those projects. Okay, let's get settled in. Let me pull you on my iPad to see any comments, and we will get started. If you see me, please drop me a comment and let me know where you're coming from and what you did this week and did you craft. So all right, I think I see you guys. I see the comments. It will possibly take me some learning to do. I didn't do Facebook for some time, but hopefully it will go smooth. So we'll see, right? So this is the projects we're gonna do today. We're gonna create 5 or 4 cards, and I have actually some extra. Was just playing with the paper. So we're gonna create this adorable bag, which I think super cute, and all the cards will use just limited supplies. Some of the cards I actually made with my ladies before, but all of them feature that beautiful Flight Airy paper, which is amazing. And this paper is free in celebration brochure, and I will tell you in a second why I actually chose this particular product to feature. So first of all, it's free, right? If you place $50 order, the paper is free. I also feel that paper is, designer paper is something that we all could use, because we always wanted to use some exciting new products, but sometimes, we don't think about stamp set, we have greetings. And paper is consumable, always fresh and trendy and inexpensive. This particular paper, I chose, and it's my favorite for a couple of reasons. First of all, I love the colors on both sides, and we go through them. Like this design, another design could be used. I actually didn't use this pattern for anything yet, but stay tuned. This design, other design, and also which is cool and what I like the paper, and I call it like lazy paper, probably not correct kind of answer, but I like when paper has those images that you could fussy cut. So guess what? You don't really need to have matching stamp set. You have beautiful designs and you could embellish pretty quickly. So like really nice and neutral pieces. So this one we use a lot. I use a lot to actually fussy cut. Look at that beautiful design. It's just gorgeous. This one, and it's double-sided. And now I don't even know which side to use. I like both. And we will use most of the patterns, and they're interchangeable and such as nice soft colors. Do you ladies have that paper? Let me know. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. But also have a bunch of cute birds. So we're gonna make the cards, and again, cards today, none of them are funky folds. I'm sorry, I did do funky fold this weekend, my big class. Do I have them? Let me show you quickly. So now I'm kind of on fast and easy, so you could all recreate. So this is some cards that we made. Sorry for some who missed. All my kits also sold out as well. And I'm not cutting more. It was a lot of cutting. But this is every single one was some kind of funky fold and featuring poetic expression. Shaker. Everybody enjoyed making shakers. And this one, it's a double opening. So this is the cards. We will make some of the folds in later dates, so I'm still planning to go Wednesdays moving forward, but let's get started. So let's start with card number 1. It's this card, kind of interesting way to use the designer paper. We're also gonna be featuring some sentiment, and what I kind of think what you have in your stash As long as you have some sentiment, as long as you have die-cut or punch to put a focal point, you could actually make it. So we're gonna feature this one. I actually really like this Heartfelt Hexagon. It's a lot of cool sayings. Matching punch, sorry, punch on back order. I don't know, but I guess good things are actually selling out. And Heartfelt Hello, this is also free stamp set, but it's matching. Okay, so let's pull our sheet, and like I said, I'm gonna post this one, the measurements, basic measurements on my blog, and all the pictures probably will be tomorrow, not today. And we start with card number 1. So all the cards will feature one of the little birds. I already did fussy cut. If you don't mind fussy cutting, just sit, watch TV, or I actually like fussy cutting when I drive with my husband somewhere. I'm like just taking it, and road trip goes much faster. So there's a bird. We're gonna use boho blue card base. We're gonna use a layer of Misty Moonlight, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I like to do smaller piece, smaller border, so it's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And for this one, you will need 2 pieces of designer paper that measures 2 by 4. And I chose this pattern. The best way to choose a pattern that doesn't really have directional design, right? It could be either way, up or down, and it's gonna match. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put those 2 pieces together, take our cutter, and we will cut from corner to corner. We will cut diagonally. And I think I featured it in December, that particular card, but I want everybody to know how to do it. So now we're gonna end up with 4 equal triangles. And there is no right or wrong way to adhere. Probably gonna need that trimmer one more time. We will take our basic white piece, and we're gonna arrange pieces kind of how you want. So we basically wanted to cover corners. It don't really matter where it's gonna meet, but this is how we're gonna cover our pieces and leaving the equal border. So you first kind of matching those, and you could go more or less. So let me just glue first 2 in the corners, and then arrange another 2 with equal borders. We will trim. Probably silicone mat will be better to use, so I'm not gonna stick all my, and I like to use wet glue for this one because I will have some wiggle room to move. Obviously some pieces could be smaller. Again, it's only using technically 4 by 4, so you could create how many? 9 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. Super economical. And I don't really care about this side because I'm gonna cover it. And sometimes I just feel so guilty when paper is so pretty. I'm like, oh my gosh, feel bad I'm not using other side. This is why I'm saying that you wanted to move. Probably should have did better smaller borders, but we could move our sunburst. You could spend a little bit more time to arranging like I did with this on other one, with a smaller one. So we're gonna, for the sake of a video and a class, we're gonna go faster. I learned recently better done than perfect, so I'm sticking with that. So we're gonna go ahead and trim. You could trim with your snips, or you could trim with your cutter. Making some noise. All right, so this is your basic design in your burst. It's really fun to make, and it's every time you're gonna do it, it's gonna turn differently. So definitely try. Hi everybody, hi Sherry, hi Drew. Hi, Bess. Hi, Bess. I hope you're feeling better at home. All right. So now we're gonna glue. Trying to keep nice and neat and organized. Normally, and I stamp. I'm not a neat stamper, but I try. Otherwise, we will not be able to find half of the supplies at the end of the video. So this is gonna be your base of your card. Should we stamp first? So that stamp also has those intricate pieces that kind of look like a corners. And because our corners are naked, we're gonna adhere them. And as I have everything done, let me assemble some of the borders and some of the sayings. And I will try to do sayings in a different color today. I will do it in fresh freesia, because like I'm sticking to the fresh freesia combination. I think we did this one in Flirty Flamingo. Either Misty Moonlight or, did I glue it? No, I didn't. Either Misty Moonlight or Night of Navy. The ink will both work. I use Misty Moonlight as a base for a softer look. So we'll just stamp those corners. I think it's add a lot. Okay. Now we're gonna glue that one. So all the cards that we will be making today is really good for mass production, and also could be, this layout could be easily used with any other paper. So pull your stash and see what you have. Of course, I recommend to use this paper. This is my favorite now. I'm stamping 2 borders. And then let's just stamp blue one too. Let's just switch around. Close the ink. Take fresh freesia. I have 2. I'm not sure which one is juicier. Kind of wanna. This one looks better. Let's try. If not, we could always turn the paper around, right? See a lot of my friends here. Thank you so much for coming. I was afraid I will be just talking to myself. All right, so stamping is done, and now it's just assembling. You're gonna be quickly punching. This is why I like punch, and I think a lot of people think the same way, because you could just sit on a table and do it. Die cuts are great, but you need to run to the die cutting machine. Find your dies. So some advantages and disadvantages. This is nice big shape as well. Punching those. Not too big piece I gave myself. Right, so that is done. And with this label, I want some background. So what we did, we basically glue those one to each other to create like a bigger shape. So it's a cool way to extend your labels or kind of make them look bigger. We're gonna glue this one in the middle. 3 cards coming together. And it's several different birds. So this one I picked and it has pink flowers, but I think it's gonna match. I want one with the purple flowers. Let me find my box. This is what I was talking about, that I was sitting and cutting. So maybe this one, we will see which one look better. They have those little tiny boxes. It's long time Stampin' Up had stamps in them, and I guess they were on sale. So I store different pieces in them. We will take 2 dimensionals, put our sentiment, take our bird. Don't know which one you want. Which one you think? Choices. Let's do that one. He's bigger. So hopefully, ladies, I see somebody saying that possibly video is frozen. Let me know. I'm watching on my iPad. It seems like it's going well, so hopefully you guys could see it. And last but not least, we're gonna take little bow and add it, and our first card is ready. And I'm using this one, this sheer ribbon. It's carryover. I don't think it's in any catalog. It used to be in a winter catalog, so now it's online exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. I just love it. It's just little bling. This is my to-go-to as well. Just little something, goes with pretty much any color combination. Little silver trim. So this one is the vanilla and gold that also comes in online store only. I just always have it. So also the same, some recommendation, if you're on a budget, kind of think about those neutral ribbon. Put it here. All right, first card is done. What do you think? Will you attempt to recreate this one? And you could see how different, I think I like pink better, right? It's kind of more pronounced. But you could see how different it is, depends on the bird and colors. Okay, card number 1 done. Card number 2 will be this one. And this one is my favorite layout now to go, because it's simple. It's interesting that it uses pretty much the same pieces, just revert. White is bigger and Misty Moonlight smaller. The same 2x4, 2 pieces of paper, the same label. So let's get started. Let's see what supplies we have. Yeah, Monica, you should try any paper. Pull the paper you have, and try the layout. Sometime, if paper is colorful enough, you don't even need to have much kind of decoration for some of the layouts. So exactly the same. I just gonna use this time Fresh Freesia cardstock. My basic white is 4x5.25, and Misty Moonlight just a tad smaller. So I like to go with 1/8 of the border. Depends what you ladies like, but I like a small border. If you want to be fancy, you want to save your cardstock, you could actually borrow from it, take it, like technically you could just do this. And now I have extra piece to go somewhere else. Possibly you could do 2. I think supposed to be from basic white. Hopefully I didn't mess it up. You need to take it from this one, but we'll see if you could say. What I decided to do on this one, and where's my stamp set? See, I told you by the end of the video we're gonna lose something. So we're gonna use couple things for the background. You could probably emboss this piece, but you also, what you can do, you could just add that little sprig or plant. I also like when stamp sets have a greeting, but they also have that extra elements that you could use. Okay, so let's see if I messed up with punching. If not, if yes, then we will take another piece. It's not a big deal. I always have extra pieces. So we're using Misty Moonlight again. You could use Night of Navy. I like to do tone on tone. And this is we just stamping just to look a little bit prettier, so it's not just blue piece of paper. And as I have that one, let me stamp a sentiment. And I love this, sending you lots of love and hug. I think we all have somebody on our mind that could use a lot of love and hug today. I do definitely have some people that I learned some news about today, so we'll be sending one of those tomorrow. All right, we will gonna go ahead and stamp our border, so we have our pieces, and we will just start assembling. And that layout I will show you in a second, where I got the inspiration from that layout. I did another set of cards with completely different paper, but this layout, and I just love it, how it turned out. So easy. And my piece is not exactly big enough, but let's see. It's gonna work. Okay, let's just put everything together. So we're just gonna glue our layers. So far, both cards using the same supplies. So it's almost gonna be like a set. So if you decided to make this, make extra, package in the box that we're gonna make in a little bit, and give it to somebody as a gift. All occasion cards, nothing better. So we're gonna glue this one. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna just take a designer paper, and it's, see, the same designer paper, just one side matches, and another one kind of have slightly different layout, right? Have birds and this one, because if you put two birds, it's gonna clash. So I like to add one kind of more neutral. See, I covered my boo-boo, so that's good. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna glue it in angle, and that's it. So two pieces in angle. So pretty easy to do. And this card we actually made in my wine shop last month, and a lot of people loved it. The bird. So now I have extra label, and we're gonna go ahead and cut it in half. This is stylish shape. It's another classic that I like to use. And we're just gonna kind of add little something. Probably just that piece will be enough, but just a greeting, but why not to add extra? Make it even. We're gonna go ahead and add some ribbon. So I think, let me see how much that card had, like around 8 inches. My rule, card needs to have a ribbon and a bling. And I often really try hard to put both, but sometimes just one is enough. So you just kind of make a little V or knot, and where your sentiment will be, I like to put my tear tape. You could probably use scotch, but something to hold. Then this one gonna go with dimensionals. I have a lot of those leftovers to use from classes, but yeah, this is the one thing that I always keep till the last little square. Love the dimensionals from Stampin' Up. So here's your sentiment. And see, it's already pretty like that, isn't it? But if you're gonna add a bird, it's gonna be even prettier. And see how this card has completely different bird? But so let's just add this one, and then it doesn't matter which one you wanted to use. And we're gonna add this one, and card number 2 is completed. Isn't that easy card? Now I'll show you some inspiration from a club for this layout. So this way you could just take any paper you have and you could make it. So look, the same sentiment, the same paper, different bird, and it looked differently. So let me show you the cards. Where's this one? So this is just a paper. And this one, paper, but I also fussy cut a flower. So this is kind of my original cards that I made. And then this is what came up using the paper. So I hope you like this design and you give it a try. Simple, simple. All right, let's just put it back. Now we're gonna go with card number 3. Let me kind of move things around. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you for saying it. You like it. I hope you will attempt. Sometimes we just try to do things the hard way, and many times there are so many easy ones. Here is another card with a bird, and it uses pretty much the same 4x4 piece of paper. So let's just get supplies for that. And we're using pretty much exactly the same layers. So we're using, and I don't have a circle, hold on. If not, we're gonna pre-cut, or I will look for another one. Hold on 1 second. Well, we're gonna do slightly, then we're gonna do different, gonna be white circle, because it seems like I didn't pre-cut the circle. No, I did. Hold on. Okay, so we're using pretty much similar ones. So you have your card base, and this time it's your boho blue. We're gonna have our 4x5 1/4 layer of basic white. We have the same Misty Moonlight color, 1/8 inch smaller. And what I did, I embossed it with this new embossing folder. This has become a favorite of mine. Now I emboss everything that I can. And I took 3/4 by 3/3 square and cut it diagonally. So you basically will make two cards out of one 4x4 square. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and glue this to the side. So that's how you add the designer paper. And the same for this particular one, the way we glue it like diagonally, you wanted to use patterns that doesn't have any directions, right? Like this pattern probably would not work because your bird will be upside down. So some people tried my class and it didn't work. I use this layout as well, but with completely different stamp set and different greetings. Your piece may be cut a little bit too large, so just go ahead and trim this one because it's so close to actual size. We're gonna trim it. Go ahead and glue. And the boss side is cool too. I didn't use it yet. And I'm dying to use new brayer to bray embossing folder and see it, but yeah, I didn't have time to play. Maybe this week. So we just glue it for like small white border. I really like extra layer and little kind of small border. It's just me. You could just skip the border if it's just too much layers, if you need quicker cards. But I feel it's adding to the design. Okay. So now this is also become favorite of mine. This is called Everyday Details, and it cuts those tiny like dots in a circle in a rectangle, and it's super cool. And it lays actually great on a stylish shape. So this is what we're gonna use. So for this one, we could use probably any greetings, but I want something bold. Let me do Enjoy Your Day. from that one. And maybe this time I'm gonna stamp it on in Night of Navy. Stamparatus would be great sometime when it's such a large image. Night of Navy. Let's see. And I wanted to stamp towards the top. Sorry if my head is. And I'm just gonna press. That's pretty good. But I also like that hello. But we wanted to create slightly different card. Again, any greeting will work. So my suggestion is when you see the design, think about layout and think what you have and what you could substitute, right? If you don't have this particular die, you most likely have layers, circles. Yeah, it's going to be slightly different look, but not that much difference, right? And we're gonna add this one here with dimensionals. So this card actually coming super, super quick. I know I did pre-cut some, but you could pre-cut one evening and then assemble another one. So super quick to actually mass produce as well this layout. And then this is those two birds coming. Look how cute they are. Oh my gosh. We're gonna add them with dimensionals as well. Add a bow and we're done. So this card actually came super quick. Oh, I think we did good. We made 3 cards under 30 minutes. And me talking. We still have 1 card and a box left. So we're gonna maybe add extra. Let's see how I want it. That's why I didn't remove. Somebody had a great suggestion that the backing need to be different colors so you know which one you pull, which one is not. That will be awesome, because many times I'm like, did I pull the backing? Is it sticking? Yeah, little glue here. Come on, stick. And we'll add a bow, and that card is done as well. See, different greeting. It's the same stamp set, different greeting. And slightly different birds, and you have it done. We could probably use different papers. I have that one with more kind of pinkish little flowers. So those are pretty as well. This time I didn't pre-cut the bows for myself. I pre-made. Like my ladies know, in my class I made bows for everybody. All right, so this is card number 3. Isn't that super simple? And if you wanted to decorate, this one I decorate. So paper will have like some odd birds, or pretty much not full one, right? In DSP, don't throw those away. Cut half bird and put it on the bottom. It still will look cute. So this is card number 3. All right, and then we will make card number 4. I actually have multiple variations of this card, okay? So this is one I just finished today because I wanted to make the same color, you know, not introduce, if you decided to make it, not to introduce another color that you may not have. But I also use completely different label if you don't have this one, and it's thank you. And this is Lemon Lolly, and this is one of the original cards that we made. Okay, so let's make it. And card. So this one is slightly different, doesn't have white layer. Just our pieces. So I'm using Fresh Freesia. I'm still using my Misty Moonlight 4x5 1/4. This time I took a designer paper, and this one is 3 inches by 5 1/8. And this piece is just 1 by 5 1/8, and we're gonna glue it. again, this one too, you could go ahead and actually borrow from this piece if you want to kind of save on cardstock and use it later. So let's just go and glue all those pieces. So this Friday, I'm patiently waiting for Stampin' Up box, and it has new products that are gonna be available in March for everybody. One of them is coffee related, and another one is zinnia flowers. I didn't plan to have any other flowers, but when I saw designer paper, and I just lost it. But what is cool, this is the same paper that I like. It has really cool patterns, but it also have images that you could die cut. Actually, dies will work with them, or you could fussy cut. So this layout, I think the first thing what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna recreate those cards that we made, but it's gonna be coffee or flowers. Will be interesting, right? So we will go ahead and stamp our greeting. So I wanted to stamp my border first, and then here I'll just stamp hello. I'll use different stamp set. We're switching things around, right? I'm not sure about you, but I actually don't like to do the same card. I like to do little modification. So even when I create like multiple thank you cards, I will do little slight modifications, so not a ton, so it comes fast. But yeah, that's so like even different, let's say different thank you, right? Or you put ribbon in a different place, so each card feels slightly different and more personal. So we'll do hello, and because that stamp set, that free stamp set from Celebration, designed to go with this particular punch, I don't even need to measure. I know everything gonna go well, and I'm super excited too because it has Easter as well, and for Dad, Happy Mother's Day. So Easter, I guess I don't have many Easter sayings, and each year I'm like, okay, which set has it? So now I already know, and Easter this year is super early, so we better start making for it. Thank you, Cheryl. I like the color combination, this one too, but see what I like? You just turn the paper, look which colors it goes with, think which colors you actually like, and you go with that. So for this one, this label is the same, but I want a little border, so we're gonna cut label to add. So it's also some tricks that I often do. And this way I could create exactly border size as I want. I could do bigger, I could do smaller, depends how I glue it. So that punch, put it on your wish list when it comes back. I will alert everybody. It's just so cute. All right, so we're gonna do, what if we just turn our branch different way? How about that? Yes, let's do that. We're gonna glue our branch. This is, which die is that? This bird, and it's kind of really pretty background. I actually only use the dies, I didn't use the stamp set. And let's just add a little, I'm just building some leaves. This is also from Punch. Just little something green. No rhyme or reason. Okay, there's my bird. He's so stinking cute. All right, let's just add this one with dimensionals. and we will be done, and we're gonna make the box. This is the most exciting. And I'll tell you about box. You only need 1 sheet of paper. You will not have any scraps left. It's just regular 8.5 by 11. You probably have, if you have some retired paper and you don't know what to do with that, just do a bunch of boxes. Gonna cost you almost nothing, and it's great for gifts, to giving personal gifts, and it's actually a really good size. You could probably fit a lot. So we're gonna do this guy, and let's put some, let's put them here. And you could probably, so I wanted to use that kind of design that you could fussy cut just single birds. And the same, we're gonna have a ribbon, and we will have card number 4, and see how different they all are. Depends how you put which color of the birds, and they all kind of different. Those look in different ways. This is more fresh freesia one. So even creating just one variation with a card, right, and giving us a gift and maybe different sentiment, it still could be super duper gift for somebody. Yeah, I hope you put that paper on your wish list. If you need any supplies, you visit funstamper.com. Have more ideas for you online as well, and the PDF with exact measurements and detailed picture will be posted tomorrow as well. And we're gonna put this one. And if you want to go fancy, just add a bling, like I mentioned. I'm not gonna do it right now. Possibly I could do it later. And that's all. All right, so we actually created 4 cards, and then we are ready to go with the box. Okay, let me clean it a little bit so we have a room to pull. Let me clean my bird, my stamp set. I'm actually amazed. Today I'm pretty clean. All right, so ready to make a box. Here's a box, and this thing is optional. I'll just kind of show you basic design, and I did slight modification right now. We'll see how it turned out. I did handles a little bit longer. I think they're gonna curve a little bit easier. Okay, so what you will need to have, like I mentioned, 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And based on what we're using, I decided to go with the same kind of color scheme. So I'm using just boho blue. And this time I need to have my cheat sheet. So let's see. So we wanted to score at 1/4 on both sides, on 8-inch side. So 1 1/4. And you could turn around and score at 1 1/4. And on the long side, we're gonna score at 4.5, and we're gonna score at 6.5. So it's designed to fit the cards. And there's a little trick here. So let's see, if I look in a card, it's slightly bigger. So it's 6 inches and card is 5.5. So it's comfortably gonna get all the cards inside. And I think it's probably could fit like 8 cards and 8 envelopes. You possibly could reinforce and do handles differently, but I think it's pretty sturdy. So we're gonna do like we normally do any box. We're gonna cut those smaller pieces. Kind of this one, but I also like this to kind of make little notch on that smaller piece, kind of like little V. Okay, so far so easy, right? Then we wanted to reinforce, kind of fold really well all the score lines. And you could do it with any paper and any designer paper. Till you finish watching the video, pull it up and try. Try to make a cute box and see how big it is, and think about, you know, maybe next birthday or Valentine's Day or anything that you kind of need to have some gift box or bag. So I'm debating if I want to decorate now or not. Let me decorate it first. So it's going to be easier to adhere when it's flat. So also what I need 2 pieces of DSP. Maybe I'll decorate later because I got screwed up. Let's decorate later. So pieces is 4.5. Our box is 4.5 inch tall, and 3. I just did 3 so you could cut kind of continuous, or if you have 6x6 paper, so it's just easier. And this one you assemble like a regular box. So you take a strong adhesive. I prefer tear tape. You could probably put a little bit of wet glue. So I'm putting on those smaller edges. And whatever it's going to be your front, you're going to put a strip. So that box, you notice, normally when we make a box, this width, it's the same as this one, and it's not a case. Otherwise, cards will not fit. Otherwise, we will need 12 by 12 paper. But doing it this way, and it's still, you could close, you just need to be a little bit more careful when closing, when gluing this box. This way, you just need to have 1 sheet of paper. And you just remove your tear tape. And you make this just regular boxes. No, I'm sure you made many of those. The hardest thing is to get tear tape off. So you remove your back first, right? And you could see it's not quite there. But when we glue, see, it's gonna work. So then now we remove glue from a big piece. And you just match both sides. And you could see it's not all over. See how it's a little gap? You will not see it when box is assembled. So that's your basic box. Okay, I'm concentrating to make sure it's gonna be nice. And all right, so here's your basic box. Now we're gonna decorate. Like I mentioned, you will take 3 by 4.5 piece and you glue it. And I actually don't really trying to make it, exactly even. Kind of do to your best ability. This is what I was saying. You could probably glue it when it's open, and you could center. You'll have a little bit better way to see it. But I was just afraid that my birds will gonna fly down. Just gonna glue this. And to kind of make it like a handle, continuous handle, again, 12 by 12 piece of paper will be probably better because we could do 1 big piece. Possibly will not be even enough. So I came up with 4.5 and by 1/2 inch strips to kind of make it kind of finishing touches. That, and then another one. I got 2, so I have 4 strips of 2 for front, 2 of the back. If you wanna to go kind of quicker, you technically don't need to decorate back on the back, but I think it looks much better. Plus, hey, we all have a lot of DSP. And we love to do pretty things. Let me know which paper you have in mind that you're gonna make this set. Maybe some retire Stampin' Up, maybe not Stampin' Up. Yeah, I also absolutely love to do 3D. I love to do boxes. I love to do like treat holders. Anything 3D. Love those two. And this one. I think that also paper in this color combination is just so springy, just almost. And I was whining today that it's so cold in Florida. It was like 62 degrees. I'm sorry for those who live up north. Yeah, but yeah, I was like, it's so cold. I'm so tired of the cold. So this is the handle, and I believe this one is 10 inches instead of 8.5. You could probably go, and this is what it is. See, the same 1/2 inch, and this is how you glue it, like so. So you'll choose kind of some really strong adhesive. You could probably use wet glue. See, I told you we're gonna lose something. I lost my tear tape. Here's another one, but it's, put maybe 2 strips. You could probably do wet glue, but then maybe like use some clips to hold it for some time. Then it's maybe gonna be a little bit more secure. I'll just put to think kind of more areas that is gonna be glued. It's better. So we're putting tear tape on the same side, 2 strips, and making a handle. You could probably just glue a ribbon as a handle as well. It's also going to be pretty. Less kind of, I guess, sturdy, but also many times we did all this 4 inches. Remember, 4 by 5.25 for cards. So you actually have a lot of those strips left. And those are your handles. I normally don't keep the strips of color designer paper, but I keep basic white strips to stamp some greetings, because I often need those. And you just overlap, and then you remove it from here, and your box is done. You could decorate. I'm not gonna do it right now, but you could just decorate or leave it how it is, meaning that you could just kind of create little tag and so one handle is done, and then it's another handle. And you could probably put like little rhinestone or little bling. Just so many things we could jazz it up. So possibilities are endless, right? We could just, any card could be, a bag could be improved, enhanced, make it more pretty. All right, we're almost done. All right, what do you think? See, like we could add little tag and or even something like that, but I'll think about something. So this is the box. Let's see what we made. So this is my original one. We made this one. It was original. We made this one. This was original. This one and this one. We made, now, lucky me, now I have a gift and I have set for myself. Please let me know which card is your favorite. Hopefully you enjoy this online class. I forgot to mention, if you would like all the pieces pre-cut and sent to you, visit my store, place at least $35 order with a hostess code. I will put details here, and I will send all the pieces for you to make the cards. You will just need to have any greeting to stamp on. So thank you so much for watching. It was wonderful hanging out with you, ladies. And please join me next Wednesday. We're gonna do some funky folds and possibly use some new goodies. Who knows? And until then, happy stamping. Bye.